I don't think anyone really watches the first few minutes aside from you on YouTube. So thank you very much for rewatching the VOD. First, as always, I have to update the title. There we go. What are we doing today? Actually, I'm not sure what the goal of today is. We'll have to figure this out together. So, okay, then let's leave the title as is. Copy paste the announcement so the stream is live and we're getting a few viewers. Oh, actually it will begin now. Actually, yeah, we have our little warm-up time here usually. So what else? There is Twitter. Let's make a little announcement emoji. Yeah, this one. So I also need to get my stream manager on the other screen. Where is it? Let's just repurpose this window. Let's wait for a couple of people, I think. Okay, so last time we did subscriptions for organizations, the customer portal, and session tracking. Very good. Oh, I see. We're gonna do decorators today. So how to do the paywall, right? Let's open up the documentation here so I don't forget what we're up to. What was this about? What did we do here? Oh, we need to update our Stripe keys because they are, as of now, they are invalid. And I told you they would be because we're using rolling keys here. And so if you're grabbing either of those, you can't do anything with them. What do we do here? We had a special form for creating something in the admin class. Very good. An admin action for resyncing from Stripe. We also added billing. Yeah, that's the form that's being called from the admin page. Standard migrations here. A product model with a function to make a bigger model and a smaller view. Yeah, and we added Stripe, of course. Okay, so this is rather easy. So let's have a look at, there has been a lot of stuff going on Discord, and I will review this until we get a few more viewers. So, let's begin. So let me disable streamer mode. I will be super spicy. Yeah, so Bud Bomber, one of our other contributors, he's doing some behind the scenes stuff, has put out an announcement. So we're looking for ideas, what to do, and of course we would love to see other community members engage, right? So please get in touch with the community feedback and stuff. What's been happening in general? Didn't get a chance to watch yet, but love the shirt. Thank you. I am using a different shirt today. So during the last 4 streams, I was wearing different relaxing shirts. So tell me which one you like best. So a quick question for everyone, and I'm just gonna read this out. I don't know if you guys are doing anything to prevent spam from users from logging to SaaS products you have live. What should you consider? Am I getting some? Okay. I said I would read it right, and then I didn't. Sorry. So what Romeo is asking here is, my wife is asking whether she can use the other room, and well, you won't see her if she's walking over there, so all's good. So what you can do to prevent this is, of course, you can, well, turn on email verification, but I guess this is rather obvious, right? The next thing is, of course, implementing CAPTCHAs. There are a lot of different CAPTCHA solutions. You don't have to use Google reCAPTCHA. You can also use, for example, Turnstile from Cloudflare or something like this. So this is what I did. I had also had a very spam-targeted website, and I did add a CAPTCHA to the sign-up process. And of course, have user verify their email before they can do anything. But other than that, you might think, well, this is really a problem. Are they abusing anything? Can you infer a behavior from those accounts, or what are they trying to achieve? All my products have anonymous users enabled by default, with the possibility of upgrading an anonymous account to a regular one by doing the regular sign-up flow. That way my users can test the application without having to register, and I increase conversions because there's little to no barriers to entry from user perspective. But to address the problem you mentioned specifically, there are really no other way to send an email, phone call, SMS, whatever, to verify the user exists. But if you can, / if it works for your case, I suggest studying if you can implement anonymous accounts. Yeah. Well, the question is, anonymous accounts let them use this. Finey, thank you for following. I think my viewer count is a bit bugged because or your spam account. Are you gonna spam instantly? No, you're not. You seem like a regular, genuine person. Thank you for following them. If you want to introduce yourself in chat has been really slow today. Please go ahead and do so. You're not a spammer. Thank you. Thank you so much for being a real person. So the thing is, anonymous accounts are fine. The reason why, let me give a shout out to Tom. Tom is someone that I've been having a call last week. He has an application called Photon Designer, right? So I'm gonna plug it here because he has been a genuine nice person to me. This is his landing page. If you go to the product, so what it does, I haven't tried it. I have to be completely honest yet. But once we're getting to the design part of our application, of our starter kit, we might use this. So the goal is to add a prompt, and then it would generate your interface, right? So there's been recent generations here. So you would add a prompt, and then this is what you would expect, right? Something like this. And whenever you put something in here, this looks like it's easy to use, right? And once you click generate, you're asked to sign in. But also they are saving the prompt for you, so you know you don't lose anything in the process, and could then go through the sign-in flow. So this is also another option. So URL is photondesigner.com if you want to have a look yourself. So what has been going in through community feedback? Hey, really appreciate the streams, and I hope this stays positive. They've been a real help in understanding how to get a project off the ground. It would be really great if we could get a bit more insight into the business and sales side of a SaaS. From what I gather from the streams, Michael started out with automated regulatory paperwork, true. I would have to imagine the set of possible SaaS businesses doing this is quite large, depending on how bureaucracy is in your country. 100% agree. This is why I'm in this industry and I'm not really moving away from it. That is. What I don't quite see is the advantage of a custom SaaS solution has over a CRM system with plugins. From understanding, most businesses will use an off-the-shelf CRM when they then get consultants to add, say, DocuSign to deal with paperwork. What kind of problems are more suited to a custom solution than an off-the-shelf one? Also, it would be great if you see some of the economics that make good SaaS businesses of this scale. My understanding is that a small business might pay 100 to 200 bucks a month for a CRM system, so how might a custom solution be priced to compete? Have you any advice in terms of identifying problems that are, sorry, I've been distracted by chat, that are amenable to SaaS business of this scale? Looking for, what is this scale? Is a bit, what is this scale? It's also, I mean, I probably should answer this in text, right? Looking forward to the next, since you're watching the stream, you might have your answer here. Looking forward to the next stream. Wasn't able to make the last two, but definitely be there for the next one. So I hope you're here, Simon. If you're not, shame on you. So let me break this down a bit. So there's two things. The one you mentioned with the automated regular. Fortunately, got the notification. Well, I'm so quick detour because Coca has been one of my most active chatters, and apparently they didn't know that I was live this week. So thing is, what I try to stick to is, I don't know where it is. It's the schedule here, right? So this stream was scheduled, but how should we do it so that I mean, obviously there's not that many people here. Usually we have around 10 to 20 people at this time. There's only 3 viewers here. So any idea what I did wrong here? Because you didn't know about it. Is it because I didn't post it on the newsletter? Because here, yeah, I said on Monday, I announced the next stream on Monday. But of course, here I said, yeah, I would announce more stream dates, but probably this was, yeah, maybe this was bad from my side. So let me break this question down into, actually let me make this a bit smaller so you can see this on chat better, or on stream better, sorry. So first off, the SaaS with the automated regulatory frame paperwork. Usually they tell us before you're gonna stream. What do you mean? Where would I tell you before? On the in a regular conversation on Discord, for example. Yeah, I'm gonna make this. I have to do this better. So, but let me answer this question really quick. The thing with the automated regulatory paperwork was a traditional SaaS business where I was not using a CRM, or my customers were not using a CRM. The customers were regular clients that signed up for my application, and as such there was no need to have a CRM with a plugin, right? But the next sentence, of course, also makes a lot of sense, and this is where I make the most money, is really bureaucracy heavy industries that have been really slow with adapting digitalization. Right, so real estate industry, the real estate industry is really ripe, and also travel. Travel has been very good for me. So what you don't see is the advantage of the custom SaaS solution over a CRM system with plugins. There are a few advantages. It depends on how you communicate with the client, right? Advantages from your side as the developer, or from your side as the client, through two different things. Of course, you as a developer would love to have something like this, because it means all of the money goes into your pockets. If your client also is paying for a CRM, some of my clients are, and I will give you a concrete example afterwards. If everything is from your keyboard, means that you get to pocket everything, and getting to pocket everything also means, of course, that they are depending on you, right? So if you were to create a plugin that just modifies stuff in their existing CRM or CRM system, then, well, if your plugin won't work, they can, or if your plugin stops, they still have everything you did for them until that point, and, well, they might be able to get the plugin from somewhere else. Wouldn't work with your own system. On the other hand, I have let's go to the concrete example, right? So I have a big client. What they're doing, let's go with those people from the luxury chalets and the luxury resorts. So they're using a lot of different products already, right? They're not just using my product. They're using a Spanish property management system to like power the booking engines of Airbnb, Booking.com, and whatever, to like sell or to have their guests book their suite, and that's working fine, right? All good on that end. But what this doesn't do is, I mean, this is a really bad property management system. They've been using this a long while back before they have been grown this astronomically. But this property management system doesn't come with a lot of functions that they care, and it's a really old system. It works as a CRM, yes, that's true, but it's not really extendable. And only a year ago there was a semi-public API. This is a read-only API, right? And what they want, of course, whenever a booking comes in, they want to have some post-processing. Like they want to do an onboarding flow. They want to make build statistics from this and everything. And yeah, it is simply impossible on this specific system to have a plugin. What we did, they're also using HubSpot, by the way, and they are paying a lot for HubSpot. Funny enough, they're paying pretty much the same for my system as they pay for HubSpot. So just for a non-obvious pricing clue here. And the thing is, they all have this old system, right? And then they have HubSpot, but they can't get data from this to there. So what I'm doing, this is just one of the products that I'm offering them, is like an intermediate layer system where I'm fetching all the new stuff. Because this PMS stuff, they don't even support webhooks, right? So I have to manually refetch all the data. And there's like 500,000 bookings in the database already. So, what kind of problems are more suited to a custom solution over an off-the-shelf one? There's something that you might not assume all the time, so I'm gonna put this out here. Your potential clients might not even know that an off-the-shelf solution exists, right? I'm not selling something that's out there already, but I've seen other people do this. I've also seen other people sell web design, and all they're doing is put stuff together on Wix, and then they're super inflexible when the requirements change. A custom solution, I mean, the thing is, if you put this regulatory paperwork SaaS business, the one sold to Airbnb, into perspective, this is different from the things that I make now. Now I play the individual customization game. And what kind of problems is, I can give you an example of what I do, which might not be super obvious, but it's also in the real estate business. Depends on where you're from and what your regulations are and stuff. But say there is you have a flat, whether you own this flat or you just operate it for someone else, is one thing. But if a guest stays there for a night, they are, in Austria at least, legally entitled to get a proper invoice. And none of the property management systems provide a legally correct invoice. So something that I built was to pretty much just connect you log into my website, you connect with your property management system, it fetches all of your bookings, and what else? With one click, you can create one of these invoices, right? And something like this doesn't exist on the shelf, right? Because the property management system platforms, they already offer you some kind of invoices, but they are not legally valid. They might be in their jurisdiction, but they aren't internationally, and certainly not in Austria. Austria and Germany probably are a couple of hardest jurisdictions to have valid invoices, because there's a lot of different things that are required. and also depending on the amount, right? So if the amount is below 400 euros, you're not required to have an address and a name of the customer. I don't think you don't even need a name. But above 400 euros, and pretty much all of them are above, then you need, I mean, you always need your own business details with the tax ID and stuff, and depending on the guest, though the receiver of the invoice, certain criteria is relevant. So there was no off-the-shelf solution. It's something that I did. Now, my understanding is that a small business might pay 100, 200 euros a month for a CRM system. So how might a custom solution be priced to compete? Well, it really depends on the problem you're solving, right? So something that I did for a company that sadly doesn't exist anymore was I was able to create a software solution that before a software solution they did a repetitive workflow. Two full-time employees were working 2 weeks just doing this, right? So this is 10 work days per person and 20 work days in total. And you know how much a work day usually costs because, well, they have a salary and you can break this down pretty much to the day. And after I did this, after my software solution was in place, one of those two employees was spending half a day doing exactly the same that needed 20 days before. So this is a factor 40 that you improve this, right? This is huge. This is the best improvement I had with any client, I'll be completely honest. And then, of course, if you, for example, let's break this down with simple terms. Let's say a full-time employee would get 1,000 euros. Of course, they are getting significantly more, but 1,000 euros is easy to calculate with. So they are getting 1,000 euros per month. So let's whip up a calculator here. Where is it? It's hiding behind. So there we are. So if an employee gets $1,000 per month, right? And how many work days are in a month? Let's say there are, for simplistic reasons, there are 4 weeks in a month. Of course, a bit more. And each of them has 5 work days. Actually, let's say 5 work days because now sure you also have your holiday and your vacation period. So if we're saying there's 20 work days in a month, then I think it's fine. Yeah. So now I don't really have to break this down anymore because it's the same factor. But if we say that we have 20 days a month, then of course one work day is worth how much? $50. And then there's how many work days that you save, right? Just by improving this, you save 19.5 work days. So you are saving the customer, with quotation marks because I'm telling you why, you're saving the customers $975 a month. But this would only be just if, for example, if they were to fire the employees, and you of course don't want to fire employees, because I don't know how this is on Reddit. I see the people in the States are getting fired constantly. There's a different culture there too. But if you have in Austria, if you have a good employee that knows how to run the ropes on this business, and it's not a huge business, they are not extremely overstaffed, employees are worth a lot. So not just can you get stuff that an employee has to do all the time automated, also you now have your employee with more free available work time. So you're pretty much not just, because the thing is, you're paying this employee $1,000 with simple terms. You should at least pay him 3 times as much. But you're not just saving the money from the employee, you're pretty much getting an additional employee for free. And hiring a new employee is significantly harder than sorry, I'm getting a phone call, which is kind of important, but I'm committed to the stream yet. So hiring a new customer is one thing, but then training the customer to be on the same level than those that we're already managing all of these kind of complex administrative stuff is significantly harder, right? So pricing here, you would at least do something like this, but ideally it would be even higher because your software solution doesn't really make any mistakes unless you like implemented a bug. Fine. You're giving them additional benefits like one of the things, your software is never on vacation, right? And your software is not getting sick and stuff. So you can upsell those arguments. And also something that's very important or very interesting, I think, is putting a price on the difference, right? So also on the additional benefits by having this additional client. So I did price this at about 80% of the employees' time saved. They immediately accepted. They accepted after I put them my line of thinking, right? So I'm sorry, I have to quickly answer a call because I thought we would be on another date. So because I am meeting with my future business partners and we're doing because it's in the real estate industry, we of course need banking partners, and we were supposed to meet one on today in a week on the 26th, and now I got notifications whether we can do this in May. And well, we have already I kind of agreed on the other one, so I'm not sure if this is an additional appointment or not. So I answered this one. How much you would what the price would be, right? But the thing is, you can't just slap them this number in the face, right? You have to argue with this, right? So the line of argumentations that you are saving. Okay, sorry, this should be the last answer. Oh man, sorry for being this unresponsive today. So Simon, I hope I was able to answer most of your questions. If not, because I was losing thought, please tell me. Hey, Kataras, thank you for your first time chat. Good morning, sorry, but I missed the beginning of the question. Is this usually a monthly fee that your people pay for it? Yes, I'm only selling monthly subscriptions. And I will also tell you my line of argumentation. Because in this case, I think it's pretty clear, right? Because the customer would also, this is an ongoing thing, right? So the customer would also have to pay the employees a monthly pay, and they're saving monthly, so they can pay monthly. But also, when people say, well, in the good old days, I just bought software and I had it on my computer forever. Thing is, the way you counter this argument is, of course, by telling them, well, in the good old days, you would also have the software on your computer, right? So you downloaded and installed something, and of course could also pirate it rather easily, and it was on your machine, right? So the software is no longer on your machine, but the software is in the internet, in the wilds of the internet, right? And being everywhere in the internet, of course, also means that well, there are monthly hosting costs for you, and operating costs. So you would also have to make monthly costs of this. So apparently we were meeting Monday in the morning, and I have no idea if we ever agreed on this. So stream is really subpar. I'm sorry for the quality here. So, Kataras, any other question? Because the thing is, a monthly fee also makes your company worth more. I'm in the process, or in the thought process of selling my software company to my holding company. So I'm just pretty much selling my software to myself or my company, because the thing is, I have a software company running, right? A limited liability company. And I'm founding a holding company because the holding company will also be holding shares from our upcoming joint venture real estate operation. So it only makes sense that my software company is owned by my holding company, so my software company can easily push the profits over to the holding company without additional tax burden. And I was asking my accountant how I do this efficiently, and it turns out that I have to sell my software company to my holding company to a price that is what's the English word? Actually, I need to put this over. Let me. Yeah, now I need to also change to the German keyboard. This is customer, and well, customer is a simplification of the word. So you need to sell your own company to another company that you own to a industry customary price, let's say. So for software companies, this is usually like 3 to 7 times the annual recurring revenue, right, or the annual income that's coming in. So by having a monthly income, it's like, or customer with third parties, this makes more sense. So the thing is, I need to sell my own company to my other company at a price that I would sell this to a third party. And the thing is, my holding company will just be founded and doesn't have the funds to buy my software company. So I'm still working out something how I can actually do this. Yeah. So some interesting real life stuff here that's happening that I was not confronted with before. What else do we have here? In 5 minutes, we're gonna do this in 5 minutes, and afterwards we are gonna get to coding again. So was anyone able to get the cookie cutter app? Has this been resolved? Okay. So the issue is I can't really help much with all those Windows problems, right? So what is today's plan for the project? Yes. Give me a second, I need to show you my beautiful face for a moment because I need to remove notes that I made for all my other stuff too. So, for today's task, we need to finish the webhook handler, right? Oh, so those are I actually prepared this last time for today. So we are gonna add the webhook handler for the subscription changes, then also manage the Stripe webhooks, add a decorator for subscription required. So the same way we would have for example, a login required decorator here, you would need to have a valid subscription to be able to access this view. Then we do lifecycle for sub status changes. This is only because I really want to include a lifecycle library and show you how to make a finite state machine with all those models, because this way you will avoid inconsistencies. All right. So I will need to make this a bit smaller, I think, again, so you can see all the code. Great. So a subscription to organization, we have this Docker is that running, subscription success view is also here. Both adds it into the database and stuff. Wait, I think some of my plugins aren't working. Where are you? Oh, this was part of rainbow brackets. I want rainbow variables again. I didn't know I was part of the free version of rainbow brackets. Because the code was significantly harder for me to read compared to last time, and I was figuring out why. Let's see if it works now. Yeah, what's new in rainbow brackets, blah blah blah. There we go. Can you spot the difference, any one of you? Because the thing is, significantly before, all the variables had the color of HTTP request, right, or this color, and now every variable has its different distinct color. And well, I'm a teeny tiny bit colorblind, but this really helps me a lot. It's also very, very, I mean, what I'm saying is that my tiny colorblindness doesn't get into effect here. So here, this is the Stripe webhook handler that we have. So quick recap, a webhook handler is an endpoint where you receive changes from a webhook sender. So whenever any of these events happens on Stripe, we will get a notification. Change bracket color. I don't think it. I'm not sure if it changed. Yeah, it doesn't change bracket. I mean, it does. It did also change the bracket color. Yeah. But what it mainly did, it changed the color of the variables, right? So here, subscription is in dark green. This is in, I don't know, dark purple. This is regular purple. This is green. This is brown and stuff. So for me, this is a huge difference. I actually don't know if it also works with. Yeah, it does still work with, because it is a free version, right? I'm only using a free version. And that's the thing that I care about. So we have the webhook handler. We haven't verified whether this works before. So we are gonna put in URLs into billing. And we are gonna make this web hook. And of course, this will be web handler. So this is now exposed to. Thing is, testing webhooks locally is a bit tricky. What is hooked CLI? because I will need to have I will need to expose my local development environment to the internet, right? And there's a couple of ways to do so. Okay, so this is just an advertisement. This is great, great types of marketing from them. So they're offering this pretty much doesn't tell me that they want to sell stuff, but in the end they just want to sell their own stuff, right? My question is whether we can use the CLI, if the CLI works. Okay, so I can run the server. Okay, so it's like ngrok. This is what I would have used. So just give you, the thing is now, if I do docker compose up now, right? So I can do docker compose up, everything's good, everything's fine. And my, once it's started, of course, everything will be fine. So here, come on. Here, the website is accessible from my computer, right? But it's not accessible from your computer. Correct? Yeah. So, I need to make I need to have this available to the public so that Stripe can access it, right? So one of these options is ngrok, right? So yeah, they would do something like this. And this is for partner network. Just looks good. Yeah, connect localhost to the internet for testing applications and APIs. Right? So this would be something that's interesting. So I could use ngrok. I've used them before. They are a great product, but we can also use the Stripe CLI, and probably would do something like this. So set up event forwarding. So this forwards here. Test your handler. I think we're gonna do something like this. Okay, so create a handler, something that we already did, right? So we set up an HTTP or HTTPS endpoint that can accept webhook requests with the post method. So this is the webhook handler, and it is accessible under localhost / oh, we did it here. I wanted to do it to billing. Oh, my bad. This is billing, right? Yeah, this is billing, but I was stupid enough to still call this organization, so this is called billing. So under this /billing /web, yeah, if imagine I was able to type, that would be a force. So bad request, you see, there's a bad request 400, which is because of this, because we did not send a post request, but we know we have been able to access this website. Great, so while this looks like an error message, well, it is an error message, it is still the expected behavior. So this is fine, everything looks good like this. Oh, there is a Django example. This is the first time I see a Django example. Usually it's always Flask. Interesting, great. Could have just copied it like this. Let's see. Payload request body. No event. Oh, okay. Well, test your handler. We need to install the Stripe CLI, and I have not installed the Stripe CLI, so I will do so. Great. I do have Homebrew, so you can hang on. You can see this. I am installing this. I will try to do as much of this on streams. At some point I will have to authenticate, and I can't show you my password. Okay, so far so good. Login. Now I'm going to type Stripe login. Will it open the website? Okay. So it will show me I killed the session now. I will quickly log in and you will have to make do with my face. Hang on for a moment, 1 second. I'm currently logging in, so I will keep you updated what I'm doing. Probably should use a different account altogether, so I wouldn't always leak this. Access granted. So far so good. Okay. I will just open up the Stripe dashboard in developer mode again. I mean, this account doesn't have much content anyway. So we are back. I got a chat message from Norkai. Oh, thank you for following, by the way. I didn't... Yeah, this is because I changed the voice settings. Sorry, my bad. Norkhal, not Norkai, sorry. The videos are great. Thank you for sharing. Can't watch live, but the YouTube videos are awesome. Thank you for being here anyway, and thank you for liking this. This really, really means the world to me, and I'm not exaggerating. So we're here in our developing environment. Here I have logged in to Stripe. I cleared the terminal so you don't see my access details, but let's get started. So we logged in, fine. Yeah, we don't need this anymore, I think. Okay, so before you go live with the webhook end function refactored, you test your application integration. Yeah, testing is a good idea. So forward events to a local endpoint. So our local endpoint is /billing/webhook, right? Was this correct? Yes, we got a bad request here. Very good. So jumping over to Stripe again. Actually, let's kind of copy this in this fashion. So over here, Stripe listen forward to localhost. Our port is 8000 /billing/webhook. Let's see what happens, right? It's doing stuff. Okay, I'm using your webhook secret key is exposed. Very good. So everyone, this is my webhook secret key. Okay, so those are all Stripe events. Okay. Probably need to add this. To forward your local webhook endpoint from the public webhook you already registered in Stripe. Okay, no. Yeah, that's not only the bad thing. It's I've leaked so much stuff that I had to change afterwards. First stream was the worst. So, okay, so this triggers that's interesting. So what's the benefit of me triggering this event? Because this event doesn't have a payload, right? I don't know which account it's for. But anyway, let's try triggering this. Okay, so something came here. There's 500. Nobi, thank you for following. So yeah, I turned on the sound and now I realized something happened. So what was the issue? Append slash is false, so my bad is this. I will of course have to listen to this one. Let's send this again. Probably won't do anything. Okay, so it returned none instead. Why did it return none instead? Ah, we didn't even finish this. Okay, so the webhook handler. Let's review our handler because I think this is where we stopped last time. After Hawaiian Fridays. This is a new shirt, by the way. Which one was your favorite? You guys, actually, I said to I was wearing a t-shirt today, and I told my wife that I have to put on a shirt because I received those compliments. So thank you for encouraging me. So last time we probably were like we stayed here. So the thing is, if we are here, so if this isn't a post request, then the status of 400 is returned. Great. So this is a good ending, or a valid ending at least. So if there is a decode error, we also return an error message. Fine. But if everything is good, we don't return anything, right? So we want to return something like this. Okay, so let's go back to triggering something. Yeah, very good. Let's do again because I don't know where the old one stopped. So the first one is receiving a 500. No. Yes, no, I don't know. Let's clear this. Let's clear the terminal. Start again. Okay, so all green, everything works fine, but nothing really changes. So all is good on this page, on this end. Yeah, perfect. So we're getting a lot of good webhook thingies, but here, I mean, we are sending, what are we sending? We are sending payment intent succeeded, and we aren't listening to this, right? So if we like do something that we're listening to, got a new YouTube subscriber, thank you. So let's push something like this. I would assume that we get an error because we don't have a valid payload here. Yeah, there's an issue. So this is a coding error on my side because this is a dictionary, of course, and not an object. So this would work like this. Yeah, this is what I wanted to say. Model doesn't exist, right? We don't have an object like this saved. So here we would have the subscription, then we would try something, and in fact we would try to update this, and we of course will accept the subscription doesn't exist, and thing is we're just going to print, or ideally would log this. Right, so we're going to do logger.info. Of course we need to import logging on the top, and then also create a logger. So the way the logging is, it writes to the logs of the containers. So, I mean, it is technically an error, so let's pipe this to error. This is, the thing is, it is theoretically possible that with this, we have on our Stripe account subscriptions that are not managed by this application, right? So you could have 3 SaaS products and they perhaps share the same Stripe account. So this wouldn't really have to be an error because it's just a subscription from another application. Okay. So Everything's peachy here, I think. No errors. And we just have, of course, this one hasn't been found. So what are the things that are happening? Let's have a look at the Stripe dashboard if there has anything been created here, for example. Yeah, created by Stripe CLI. And has there also been a subscription? Yeah, so this is also added by the Stripe CLI. Fine. So, and we probably also have a price, right? So where is this? Yeah, so this product has been added every time with a special price created by Stripe CLI and stuff. Very good. So the way we did it, of course, we let's have a look at webhooks. There is, of course, webhooks, and there is this local listener available, right? And we have a look at the events here. So, and this is from a timer. This is all the stuff that the Stripe CLI sent us, right? So the question now is, if I were to go to subscriptions and use a subscription like this that actually exists within, I will edit something. I have no idea what I'm going to edit. Yeah, let's change the quantity. Let's go 9 here. And then I'm going to update the subscription. Stuff has happened, I would assume. Yes, so this changed. And let's see if there was an event fired here. Yeah, so there was this event change. I got 3 webhook events. And let's see the moment of truth. Oh, here. Okay, well, I messed up again. Okay, so I know what the issue is. Everything is pretty much fine, but so everything worked as intended, right? But I made an error in the code because this sync from Stripe thingy expects a Stripe subscription. And it didn't have a Stripe subscription, rather it did have a, like, the dictionary object. Let's do it again, and I mean, I know the issue, but I want to show you the problem. So if we print the Stripe, let's force this again. Which payment provider has the worst payment integration? PayPal. From the big ones, it's definitely PayPal, yeah. Stripe is really, really nice to work with. So I'm going to update the subscription now only to show you what the payload looks like. So we will have the error again, sorry. Oh boy. Yeah, okay, whatever. I can like also do it like this. So this is the payload that we have, right? So this, of course, is just a dictionary, and this is not a Stripe object. This is not a real object, a real Python object that we can use. So one of the questions would be, if we actually look into Stripe.subscription, right? So this one. Does this have the option to load this in? So this is Stripe subscription, right? Okay, actually, let's have a look at, there was this example, this Python example somewhere. So event.data object contains a stripe.payment intent. Yes, but it only contains the dictionary. So event data object. Okay, wait, hang on. Maybe this parses this somewhere. Oh, event construct from. Are we using this? Probably not. Very good. Okay, so this is what I was looking for, and we are going to blatantly copy paste this, because this way we will not use the JSON decoding that was from the other example. This should be evident. So let's go over the code that we just copied, because after you copy code, always have a look. A question. I should probably do the what's it called? The chat out here too. So pop out the chat. You hide this. Go to screen number 1, please. I'm using a Windows scheduler, which is really, really awesome when not trying to stream. Okay, so I'm really, let's have a look at the management portal. Can you properly read this? Yes, I think everything should be readable now. I'm really bad at reading error logs. Can you tell me what you look for? How do you find the error? So thing is, this significantly improves by experience. So here, there was this an error. Well, I don't want to say this is an obvious error, because if you're not experienced, it might not be obvious. Here, we have this error message, right? So this error message tells me on this line, which is actually this function, right? Which is a method function from here, is where it sets the status, right? And it can't get status because we have an attribute error, and the dictionary has no object status. And the thing is, it shouldn't be a dictionary, it should be a stripe.subscription object. But it's not, because we did a wrong loading operation. So this error message tells me that I want to access a property of a dictionary and I can't. So if this were actually a dictionary and not a Stripe subscription, the way I would have to access this would be like this, right? Where are we here? We'd have to access this like this. But the thing is, we don't want to, because we want to access it as a Stripe subscription object. And as a matter of fact, this is the reason why we want to load from this from, where am I? From construct this as a Stripe object. So we then have an event, and then we can also now here at event.data.object get the and the event. Why is this aligned? Yeah, it expected a subscription. Okay, so the thing is, by typing, an event would give us a dictionary of a string and any. Let's go over here. So here, this would be the payment intent. So let's go over this example code. Where is my chat again? No, my chat is gone. Okay. I'm sorry, Siesto. I'm not sure if I gave you a good answer. Did this work for you? Let's go back over this example. So here we have nothing at the moment, pretty much. Then we're getting the event, right? So if there if there are value error, then it is an invalid payload, and we return with an HTTP response of a bad request. Then we're gonna handle the event, and this depends on the event type, right? So if the event type is a payment intent succeeded, then the data object will be a payment intent. If it is a payment method attached, then it will be a payment method. And I create a list of interesting events, which means events that we want to listen to, and those are all with a custom subscription. And this way, we will always get a subscription as the type of the data object. But of course, this construct from returns us a, where are we? Returns a stripe object, right? But any stripe object, because this will pretty much be any of these. But only after it is in interesting events, we know that it is a subscription. So this is an error message which is unfounded. So then we have, let's run this again and see what it tells us again. Because now this should look different, because this now is no longer a dictionary, but an actual object. I went to subscriptions, right, and I updated the subscription, and I put a quantity of 9 here. Some change, only any change. Here we can see we got this doesn't look like it's my fault. The debug toolbar has a problem. So let's just remove the debug toolbar, because we were getting a lot of issues from the toolbar. Let's remove the callback and thus disable it. Because we really want to focus on our webhook development and not dealing with debug toolbar issues. So we are getting stuff, and here, look, see how this looks different already? I mean, this is the representation of it, because it has a string method which shows us all of this, but this is a proper subscription. So if we were to look at the stripe event construct from again, we would be getting we would get a stripe.subscription, this one. If we have a look at this, it will have we will have either here or somewhere in the objects below a string object, or a string method, sorry, probably here. So what we're looking for is a string method that will output it like this. Yeah, okay, so this is it a valid representation? Is it in, what's it from? It is in stripe object. Down here, you can see where it is from. So the string function pretty much dumps all of the contents, right? So all of this. And notice it looks different than it looked before. So something's different, and in fact, this is a stripe object. Yeah, we can remove the print here again. And what else do we have? Current received a naive datetime. Yeah, because we didn't put a times on there, we can fix this. But overall, there were no errors, right? And we have this. Let's go back to our admin page. The changes should already be live. Oh, I got something in chat. Bot Bomber, welcome, welcome. How are you doing, Nick? For subscriptions, oh, well, we don't care about anything in the status, really. Yeah, okay. So, but was it this ID? Is this the correct ID? This looks different. No, it's the correct ID. Okay, so changes here worked fine. I thought I had more subscriptions last time. So this is our only subscription, our only active subscription, fine. And our update function just changes, just really cares about a change in status or a change in either of the times. So we need to make a change to something. What can we make a change to something that we care about? We can make an end date, probably. So this would change the end date and thus be a interesting event for us. Cancelled on 15th June. Did we get some here? We should probably, nope. Where's the admin page? Here. Yeah, so cancelled at today. We cancel it here, and the end is, what is the current period end? Okay, but there it cancel at has been changed. But actually that's not what we care about. We need to add a new field. And I deleted the interesting logging here. Can we put this back, please? Okay, so far so good. Everything's peachy. Where's the API? Here for subscription, please. Oh no, I wanted to have the... No, I want to have the reference. Find anything. Give me a subscription object. The subscription object. So we have cancel at and cancelled at. So cancelled at is the moment when someone decides to cancel them, and cancel at is the time when the subscription actually ends. So we want to change this to cancel at and not cancelled at. So update all of this. Of course, this is a change in the database because we changed our model here too. So this now says cancel at, which means we have to make a migration. And of course, in the billing, in the admin of the billing, we are, where are we? Oh, at the very top. Oh, we didn't display it anyway, but let's edit here. Let's add it here too. Did I rename this? Yes, I renamed this. Open up. We still have our webhook handler here running. Very good. So this is very enjoyable, honestly. So the webhook redirect was really easy. So this is definitely easier than using ngrok, because the difference with ngrok, I would also have to register my webhook here manually, and Stripe CLI, well, can do this on its own. So let's see if there were the webhook attempt, no, reattempts. So this event data has been, okay, so here we see the webhook responses, and the response was okay. So fine. We added this like here, so probably this now says cancel at, yeah, but the value is all wrong, it's still the old value. Let's change this. So this for 15th October, update it like this. We are, oh, this has already happened. Right, this has already happened. Are we good? Okay, now it says 15th October. So whenever there is something that's cancel at, we know that the subscription will cancel at this moment. But the question is whether we care. Yeah, we care about this because we can tell the user that the subscription will end at this and this time. But I'm sorry, I have to take a call. Let's make a 3-minute break, and I'll be right back. Okay, welcome back, or welcome me back. Thank you for being so patient with me. Okay, everything's good apparently. My wife is away with my car, and it's the first time I think because it's an electric vehicle, it's the first time she charged the car herself, and everything looks to be in order. So that's good for me too. And now we're gonna check the status here, right? Because we would really only care about. Last time I said, are you still here with me? Am I live? Can you hear me? Quick feedback, quick thumbs up, thumbs down. Or you just ignore me. Okay, so some of you are lurkers and I probably just want to see more, so I'm assuming that it works. Anyone ever realize how much they hate trying to do math? I actually pretty much love math because it's yeah, math is great. So back to script. Well, if we had a script. Last time we said we don't care about the pricing data here. Yeah. Because pretty much everything will be handled in the customer portal. I will give you a quick overview what I mean. So for organizations, I think this organization has, yeah, so this organization doesn't have a plan. Well, I'm not an admin here, so I can't do anything anyway. Here, this does not have a running subscription, this organization. So if I were to click on this, yeah, you see there is an expired API key provided. So let's fix this quickly. So if we go over to developers, API key, so what is this key? Copy this key, and I want to roll this key, so this key won't be working in an hour anymore. So, but of course we will need to update the secret key again. So this is the updated secret key that will work for 1 hour. So yeah, you have 1 hour to do mischief. Let's load up with a new key. Go back here so you understand what I'm talking about. So we're live again. Yeah, everything's working. So we could click on add a subscription because this organization doesn't have a subscription. And here we get to this. We only have one account, one seat, sorry, because we are only ourselves. Great. So this one does already have one account, a subscription. So we see a link to the customer portal, or we will change this perhaps to add a subscription later. And by clicking here, you see your stuff here, right? And you can change. You can have a look at everything that's going on, right? And I thought you could also. Oh, so this is your plan ends on October, right? Because we already changed the. We already canceled the subscription. Otherwise, the user would be able to cancel the subscription themselves. Here, we cancel it with the customer portal of Stripe. So with the admin portal here. So here we canceled this. Great. So, but actually, if you're new to this, we will add an additional field. So we will have a look at the subscription object. What does this give us? Oh yeah, so this I understand why we didn't add a price, I think. Or did we? Yeah, because of the items, right? So there is a plan. There is. So what is this? Bit tough. So latest invoice, the thing is we don't see the money here straight away. So we would have to calculate it ourselves from the price. We can do this later on. This is not a big problem, but it's boring. It is kind of annoying because I don't understand why this is not shown here. Is there nothing like next invoice cost or something? So these are the invoice items, right? So there is a list. So this tells me list that the data is a list and not a single object. And we have a plan and we have a price. And the product is this again, so we would have to go through a variety of things to check this. Now let's see if we want to handle this later. But we said and the thing is, here we have of course the subscription for 8, because we have 8 seats. Well, technically we probably don't have 8 seats anymore, for the reason that we changed this in the admin panel. But if we add a new user, we invite the new user, what happens now? New user is here, very good. Has this changed? Yeah, now we have 9, of course. So although this is ending, well, this ends in October, right? So the contract expires in October, for example, they are still able to add a new seat until then, and everything will be updated accordingly. So if we were to look at one of the invoices, can I view invoice and payment these? So yeah, this was the first ever invoice. This was when we created this one. Is $60 because we had 6 seats. And the upcoming invoice we can see in the dashboard. Where are we? Here. We can see next invoice will look like this. There's just a preview, of course, and it will be sent out on 15th of May. Okay, so for webhooks, we wanted to check the status, right? So for this, if we cancel now, cancel immediately, bill the outstanding balance for this month, for example, or not, you can do this as you want, and we cancel the subscription. So ideally we would get, okay, there was no error here, we're fine on the terminal too, and let's check the truth. Cancelled. Status is now cancelled. We didn't do anything, or we didn't have to update it or query it on our own, right? So the subscription has been cancelled and we are fine. Over here, see, you can add a new subscription. The old one has been cancelled. There we go. So we should be pretty good to we should be good to go with subscriptions now. Does anyone have a question regarding this object? If you're watching this on YouTube, first off, thank you very much for watching the huge long VODs on YouTube. Also, I will answer all the YouTube questions, right? So if anyone of the live viewers now has a question, please go ahead and ask them. So this one is finished. What is this? What is only that changes? Finished, very good. So programmatically add webhook. Do we still want /care/need to do this? I'll give you an overview what this is. So here our webhook has been what's it called? Our webhook has been automatically added because of the Stripe CLI. Very good. Otherwise, we would need to click on add endpoint here and just put the endpoint URL there. So, oh, sorry, this one, right? So we would, of course, it would be, for example, HTTPS, and it would be not localhost, but it would, for example, be djangofast.com/billing/webhook with, of course, a trailing slash. Don't forget the trailing slash. this would pretty much be everything. You can select your events that you care about, and it would probably be subscription. We are listening for these. Actually, I think it's time to do a management command. This is probably interesting. We haven't done a management command yet on stream, not on this stream and not on any stream. And the management command would allow you to just with command line subscribe to create a webhook or remove the webhook. So if you know the make migration, this is also a management command. No, this isn't. Sorry. Actually, this is a management command. I'm sorry. We will add a new management command so that if we were to, instead of make migrations, write register webhook, the application would authenticate itself or would add the webhook to Stripe. So let's do this. How do we do this? I mean, I have the documentation for decorators open, so this will be our next one. But the Django documentation is awesome. And what we're going to do is look at Django management command. How to create custom Django admin commands? No. Something new. So this. Okay, oh, it's just called Django admin commands. Oh, it's not called management commands, but it's called Django admin commands. I thought it was called management commands because you do it in management commands. Okay, fine. So what's important? We need to have a management subdirectory in our Django application, and then we have commands. We need to have commands, and then we do a command. Actually, let's push this now, and it says add Stripe webhook handler verified with Stripe CLI. So what do we want to put in? We want to put in changes here. Let's push this to repository. Right? Did it work? Okay, thank you for the information. Yes, we are working tree clean. So what are we doing here? Let's stay in terminal, or I'm not sure if you can read the terminal nicely. You can either do this with the command line, or we can also do it like here. So in billing, we have a new directory, we call it management, right? So management, we also need an init py, so this is an actual, what was, oh, okay, I didn't see this, sorry. So you need an init py, so Python knows this is a Python module, right? Then inside this you need a commands directory, call it commands. It also needs the init.py file, and then we have a command which we will call register webhook.py. And let's have a look at how these work. Okay, so let's copy paste, remove everything that's not relevant. So what's important here is the name of the file, which is register webhook, will be the command. Here we have a command which needs to extend from the abstract base class of base command, right? So, well, there is a lot of stuff here that you can read up on. And what does this do? We of course want to create a help tag. Where's my B button? And it says registers the webhook with the Stripe API. Okay, great. So do we need to, we don't want to add any arguments. And this is also not necessary if this worked successfully. Registered webhook. We will put some ID here to verify this later. So yeah, we import Stripe. Yes, we import the settings, and from the settings we want to have a go at the webhooks. So webhook endpoints, webhooks. Yes, we care about this. Create a webhook endpoint. Here we will need to add the API key. And enabled events here is something that we should probably grab from the utils or constants. This is something, see, here this list of enabled events should probably be the same as the interesting events here, right? So as a matter of fact, we will in utils create something new, a new file which we'll call constants.py, and we will extract this interesting events, put it in constant, listen, let's call it listen stripe events, right? So, and in views, this can go again. Listen stripe events. We will import this on the very top. You can see this is now imported from the constants, and here this is, of course, this is a list already, so we can just do it like this and import it too. And the URL, of course, will be something that we have to build on our own, and this will be So the question is how we will build this. We don't, of course, have access to a request here. Otherwise, we would, of course, just build the... We would also just build the request with the actual URL. Here we can't. So let's have a look at how we actually put this nicely into settings, right? So let's go into base here. We have a lot of different thingies here. Of course, the Stripe public key and the Stripe secret key. We are just loading this from the environment. How do we care about the environment here? Well, it sounds different than I wanted to. Of course, we care a lot about the environment. The question is just, do we want to put this into the environment? Or do we want to... Let's have a look at what we have in our thing here. Where do we have information about the URL? So let's have a look at a possible production. We do have for allowed hosts, sorry, let me back. This will be our production environment file. We will, of course, when this is live, we will have changed the key, so no worries. And yeah, we can do something like we have Stripe, yeah, Stripe web URL. I think it's fine if we do it here. We will, of course, have to add the secret here too. Because if we, I haven't spoken about this before, but anyone, of course, can send anything to the requests to the webhook endpoint. And this is, of course, pretty stupid, and we don't want this to happen. So if we create if we create a webhook programmatically, we of course get the secret. Okay, and this secret we will have to store somewhere. Because we could, of course, put it here. Yeah, we could put this secret here for in the environment file, but we really can't, because the secret will not be available at startup, because the secret will be received when we automatically create the webhook. So as a matter of fact, we will need to go to our models from billing, and we have a Stripe checkout session and stuff, and we also need to do something we call we call it webhook config. Configuration, yeah, whatever. No, let's just call it config. We'll extend the base model, and we will have an endpoint secret true. We don't care about listened events really. What do we care about? A status. Status is always good. And our status will be, this is a character field. Let's remove all of these restrictions. Actually, this is required. Yeah, you can be 200 if you want to. You can also be 255 if that's nicer. The default will be enabled, not active. We also want the Stripe ID. We always want Stripe ID, otherwise we won't be able to properly reference this. So we have the ID, we have a list of enabled events. I don't think we really care too much about this, because this will be in our config. Yeah, let's put the URL there too. So we could probably debug this better, and I think that's good. Okay, so we have our webhook config, and when we register the endpoint, we will create the webhook and URL settings. We need to go to our base settings, of course, and it's called webhook URL, right? Stripe webhook URL. We're gonna put this here. So come on, yeah. Okay, so we have this available everywhere because it's in the base settings file. We have put it here too, and for now it's just localhost. Fine. So we will receive the webhook, which is of course from type of Stripe webhook. Nope, it's not. It's a webhook endpoint. What do we receive? So if we the webhook endpoint object, of course, it's not the webhook, it is the endpoint. There we go. Because it gives us information about the endpoint. And we create the endpoint, and then afterwards, okay, so this is my clipboard history, which I'm very reluctant to use on stream because it of course has a ton of passwords and stuff. But since I quickly flashed it now anyway, and anyone could have a look at the frame, I had to check whether there is any issue. And of course, I use this constantly when developing off stream, and it saves a lot of time, because I of course could start typing anything that I would have ever copied. But it is obviously not ideal for the stream. So for webhook config, we will create, let's put this on the other screen so we can have a look currently. So the webhook config, we will need a Stripe ID, a webhook, a secret, which we called endpoint secret. I'm not sure endpoint secret. Endpoint secret is a stupid name. Let's just call it secret. Secret's fine. This doesn't exist. The status is webhook.status. The URL is, I have no idea anymore, webhook.url. Yes. So those four, we wanted to store those four. We create this and then successfully created webhook, and we will make this a bit more verbose with ID, and then we put in the webhook.id. So this is probably easy enough. This no longer works because secret probably shouldn't have the secret, but we will do the Stripe ID. And actually, let's make this string a bit more interesting. As a matter of fact, we're gonna do Stripe ID, and in brackets we do not the URL but the status. There we go. So we would see an ID and then active. We added this webhook config model to the database, so we're gonna run migrations, and for building we are gonna add this to the admin model. This one we're gonna call this webhook config. Yes, we're gonna import. Yeah, of course. And then since it's a base model, we have Stripe ID status. Yeah, okay. Instead of URL, we're gonna call use created at. And of course, this has access to created because we inherited from the base model again. Yeah, so it has a UUID, a created at, and a updated at always. Now let's run this up. Okay, everything seems to look fine. Here we'll have webhook configs, no webhook config, and now the moment of truth. Did we create a valid management command? So the way it works is, yeah, I typed it here. Let's see what happens when we enter this. Okay, so okay, the URL must be publicly accessible. This is an error because we have it as a local host. So as a means for testing, I mean, we don't really have to test the webhook anymore. The webhook works. We made sure of this. So this would then be like Django fast. We would only probably have this in production anyway, because for locally we would work with the Stripe CLI. And I don't know why I just stopped this. Let's register the webhook again. This, of course, is called register_webhook, the same as is this file. What am I waiting for? I don't know either. Let's run this. Okay, great. So we see the logs from the Stripe SDK. We posted it here. I mean, all it did is just we called this wrapper here. Under the hook, this works like this, and then we successfully registered a webhook with this ID. So if we have a look at this, there we go. We just created this. So we created this endpoint, and everything's fine. Actually, if we were to now if we change this here, we can't change the subscription anymore because it has been cancelled. Let's change anything. Let's just create a new event. And here it will probably have failed request. Where are we? So There we go. Webhook delivery failed. Stripe will try to re-deliver in a few seconds. Not necessary, of course, because this webhook is no longer live. This webhook never was live, right? DjangoFast.com is a website that is not live yet. It will be in the future, because this will be the home for the starter kit once it is closer to completion. So webhook endpoint. Here we could of course expire its secret, can disable it. I will of course at least disable it now, because it doesn't work, right? But you see, listening for 6 events, which is exactly what we did in our constants file here. 6 events, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And yeah, the update went through. Of course, it wasn't received because the website is not online yet. But this is how we add a management command. Let's have a look at the file structure again. Inside the Django application you want to have the management command in, you create a management folder, a commands folder, and inside a Python file with the name that the command will have later on. And then this class name is irrelevant. It needs to extend the base command class and have a handle function. This is important. I opened the documentation, but I then didn't read anything of it anymore. Yeah, of course, when you're doing this the first time, or when you're in doubt or something doesn't work, have a look at the Django documentation. It really is awesome. Okay, so where were we here? We programmatically add a webhook to Stripe is finished too. Okay, so far so good. Is there anything we need to clean up? Everything feels a bit unfinished here, but I think we did a fine job. So let's run the pre-commit operation and see what's bad. So there are a couple of things that we want to update. We found commented out code. Yeah, this was for the toolbar. Actually, then let's not comment this out, but disable this by making this false all the time. Boolean default positional argument in function definition. Yeah, why is this ugly? This is actually pretty fine, and as a matter of fact, it was inspired / copied from a official Django function, so I'm fine. Avoid using null true on strings. Yeah, okay, if they can be blank, they can. Problem isn't really clear to me why this is an issue. But I'm fine if this is a code smell that I don't know about, then I'm happy to fix it. On line 19 too. Boolean default, yeah. But this is just whether we want to save it or not. So, as again, same with commit. Use a bool function. What is this? I have to fully admit, and this is probably pretty shameful, no idea what this means. Is there a bool function in Python? Apparently there is. I'm unsure. Oh, I see. So it asked whether so what it wants me to do is write it like this. Does it work? Yes, it does work, because price recurring is either has an object, is a real object, or it is none, but it always exists. Okay, fine. We can have and then we have the time zone issues. But the thing is, I want to. Can I do it like this? Because this is important. This is important because we of course need to store all of this inside our actual own time zone, not from a completely wrong time zone, right? So where are we? So we have from timestamp. Oh boy. Okay, so here it goes here. Let's have a look at our code style checks. Okay, we also want to add this here. A print statement has still been found where? You're trolling me? There is a print. Oh, there we go. This is our debug logging print, yeah. Logging statement uses f-string. Yes, why is this a problem? It's apparently a problem. Okay, so, well, it says use f-strings, they're more efficient and more readable, fine. Okay, so f-string is always evaluated and the percent strings is not. So the documentation style says that the logging library is optimized to use percent string formatting style. I can't remember where. Okay. So the expensive functions would only be called if logging is, of course, if logging is enabled, or if this logging is called, otherwise not. I see. This is, I don't know, man. This is really weird. Okay. So we would then do it like this. Okay, well, fine. Line is too long. Yeah, well, it's no longer too long. Let's have a look at the code style again. Line too long. Which line is too long? Thing is, I want to have this as one line because I also want this to be have the localization as one piece and not multiple pieces. So I need to have this in one string. But the thing we could do is not a huge fan of it, but we can do it, of course. We can cut this, call this message. No, it's bad because this still stays one, right? So it still stays one. We'll ignore this here. Okay, this still wants this, of course. Fine, it's the same we agreed on. Move into a type checking block. No, I won't, and I won't move this into a type checking block either, because we will check that type here anyway. So are we fine with, yeah, we are fine with these, and this. Okay, so let's make migrations to remove the null definitions. Yeah, I'm not sure if this is really what I wanted. Let me have a gander. We didn't even check if this was stored correctly. Okay, so here's the thing. All of this null thingy, I will put this back in. This can stay as is. This is also a good change. What was here? I was just reformatting, right? Yeah. This is required. Fine. But I will change this from the models because, yeah, now we have the null issues and I obviously don't want to deal with this. Did we change? Yeah, the stasis was... Because the only thing when this is relevant is when we check for true false or for validity. And here, what was this? This is the billing. So webhook config is fine. We want this, but we don't want this. So we're gonna remove this one. It wasn't pushed to the database because it was it errored out anyway. So for models, time zone fine, bool fine. Here everything's peachy. We removed the unneeded okay. No migrations to apply. Everything was running peachy. Let's have a look at the webhook config. Was even stored? Yes, it was stored with the relevant URL and everything. This is the, remember, this is the URL we got back from Stripe, so this is actually valid. No questions in chat. Okay, I didn't miss anything here. And let's put something new into our GitHub repository. Great. Push this. And so we did some, let's have a look at the repository for an overview. Changes were in a lot of files, and many of them were because we also did a bit of restructuring. So this was too long as a line, so it was put into 4 lines, right? This is just something that the code style does that we have implemented. We added the management command here. Of course, relevant migrations, some code smells, nothing new, just a change of import structure so that the input structure is the correct order. So it's easily readable. We did this as a performance improvement. reformatting, and we of course put this out into the constant, so we would access the same list from two different places. Don't need this anymore. We don't need that. Okay, so next up is the decorator. I want to create my own decorator. We'll just have a look at them. Okay, so we can have a Tommy199. Thank you for following. Welcome, welcome. Let us know in chat where you came from and what you want to see on stream. So these are just existing headers. What's it called? Decorator. Actually, maybe there is something that already exists, so we don't have to have a look at too many things. Django writing custom decorator. Yeah, I think one of those will help me. Nope. Yeah, this is what we want. Okay, so this is Corey again. This is the person creating SaaS Pegasus, a product that we will create a competition for. So is this required for... Okay, so you need to use subscriptions here, set up blah, blah, blah. Okay, so this is the documentation of SaaS Pegasus, fine. You have to be a member of the Pro plan to do this. So from our starter kit, you will do this, do this. I will be able to do this anyway. CSEC Banana, welcome. Thank you for following. And thank you for reaching the follower goal. We are now at 200 followers. Thank you very, very much. What was the sound? Probably because of the goal. Oh, I can't see how great this looks. So from the preview, we have achieved a goal. Thank you so much, guys. But what we want to do is, yes, we want to have active subscription required or a subscription required decorator. This is not helpful. Oh, what? This is a website that wants to sell me the service. Nope. Secret, blah, 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 blah. So if this doesn't work, I will just have a look at the login required decorator and then just rework it. Okay, so this looks... Okay, so what does this do? This is a wrap. So this is a function, right? And can be used as a decorator. But probably all of this will go in as like positional arguments and keyword arguments and stuff. So this might not be... I mean, we do have the request. We have a request, right? So... Okay, this post isn't helpful. I want to have something more explaining. Custom login decorators, my own decorator, something like this. So a decorator essentially is a function to be executed before the other function, right? So login required checks whether you are logged in, and if you are, it returns none, and otherwise we're good to go. So have a look at this. We have the request, we have sum and parameters. Yes, so this star arg is the position arguments. So you could have a look at these arguments. But what you also would have a look at. Okay, so you have access to the request, right? And by having access to the request, you also have access to the user that sends the request, and as such also have access to the organization and the plan. You thought the follow goal was a bait? Well, we were 5 people away from when we started the stream, so I don't have any goal for the goal really, so there's no reward for the goal. But thank you so much for being a part of this. Let me know how you found the stream. It would be really interesting, so I know where to find people like you. Actually, let's have a look at. Here we can have a look at login required, right? So there is a decorators pie, which is part of the. I'm not sure if you can see it on the top, but it says. It is part of Django contrib auth and decorators pie. And let's have a look. This is what it looks like. So a decorator review that checks if the user is logged in, redirecting to the login page if necessary. So the actual decorator is user passes test. Okay, user passes test is something that you can use on the underlying side, where you can just check whether the user is authenticated. And if the user passes the test, is authenticated. Okay, so they are either redirected or to the URL, to the login URL, depending on where they are. For permission required, you would do add permission required and then permission. So you would need to put it give it a permission, right? So you wouldn't just do it like permission required, but also add the permission in braces. So you would also use already existing stuff. Okay, so user has permission is not what we care about, but what we do care about, of course, is something else. What is this? User passes test. User passes test, of course, is what is used here. So this has a test function, and then a few things. So the test function, this is either true or false. Whether, well, this is a lambda, right? This is fine with everybody. Anyone needs this explained? So we do have our user. I'm not sure if we even care about this because we don't need this. Or what's happening? So this is the current path. Yes, we can always have this, but the thing is, oh, okay. I understand why this function cares about this, because if you go to somewhere where you are login required, you will have the redirect to login. Yes, probably you have the queries. Yeah, in the query string. You will have the actual URL that you wanted to access beforehand. You will have this stored in the URL, so you can go there after you're actually logged in. So this is all a bit, not this one. This is all a bit too complicated for us. What we really just need to do is, if the user selected organization, let's put this back into our head. User has a selected organization here. This organization, of course, is an organization, and this also has a subscription, and this subscription can have here a status, and if the status is active or enabled, I don't know anymore, I think active, then we're good to go. And otherwise we would redirect them to this page. So let's have a look at this. This is something that can work. So session login required. Let's copy this over and understand this. At utils, we create a new Python file, which we will call decorators. And put this here. So, of course, not session login required, but we call this active subscription or subscription. No, not subscription required, right? But active subscription required. We don't care about a session key. But we could, okay, I see. Here we could make this, we could over specify this, right? So here, what they could do is like session log, they could also like write this, instead of this, they could write session login required and then have a key, like a key name, a coup name, and then this one, like code name, would be looked for in the request session, right? So we could also have something special, because if we look in our database for products, we have a couple of products here. I'm not sure how much we will want to, if we actually keep this or not, I have no idea. But you could, of course, put something else here. Like you could, for the subscription, you could have like a type of subscription, right? You could have subscription of a lifetime, of pro or premium and stuff. Let's actually do. I don't want to do this for Django Fast, but you might want to do this for something. So let's go back to billing, where we have subscription, right? So we have a status. And actually want to do the subscription. I didn't even. I want to say I didn't even mistype, and then it is. Then I did. Subscription type. Note this will be a character field with choices. No, the choices will be. You go away. Will be like plus. Or now I want this to be on premium, for example. Where are we? On premium. Yeah, let's do something like this, right? So plus premium, or I don't know. You get what I mean, right? So this is, you have your subscription type of either plus or premium. Okay. So let's make a migration and put this into the database. Actually, let's also show this in the admin side, because it's then probably pretty interesting. Stripe ID, and you have a subscription type. Where are we? Here. We should see plus here now. Yes, we have plus or premium. This is plus. And here we also see this is a plus subscription. And as a matter of fact, this is because here we have something like active subscription required, a name for a subscription that's to be required, right? So we could call it accepted types, maybe. Accepted types. And let's give this a default. Yeah. If not, why is this underlined? Yeah, but okay. Fine. Let's do it like this. If this is a code summary, otherwise we can do it like this. So if there is no accepted type, then we set it like this. Fine, very good. And for the decorator, this is the function. We can, of course, now get the organization of request user selected organization. Thank you. So the thing is, you can of course combine these decorators, right? And I think the one closest to the function is called first. So we would always have to call because the thing is, when this function is called and there is no, the user isn't registered yet, right? You would have a server error. So we will. So I'm just saying this so you know I'm not an idiot and I thought about it, but we will see how this plays out. So we get an organization. The thing is, the user doesn't always have to have an organization. The thing is, what if we change this from users to organizations? Yeah, we will have a look. Okay, so the user has an organization. This could also be none. Right. Okay, so if the user doesn't have an organization, we redirect them to the organizations list. Fine. And then we check if the organization's subscription, if organization subscription and organization subscription status is active and organization subscription type in, of course not in request session, but in, I just saved this so this gets reformatted, in accepted types, then you view the function and everything's fine. Otherwise, we would import messages from Django contract messages. Error, you need an active subscription. Yeah, localize this please. So did I leak anything? No. So this is how I usually import this, and otherwise I was just looking at another file and stuff. Okay, so this should probably be fine. So if the user doesn't have an organization, right, then we are redirecting to this. Another question is if we want to wrap this in, like if we have login required, you remember, we have user passes tasked to like whether they are authenticated. With this lambda here too. So this like is a function inside a function. But let's think whether this works. I think this is actually pretty okay already. So let's give it a try. So let's go back to the site. We go to add organizations, right? This is a super stupid example, but we will make this gated. Oh, this is actually default, perfect. So what? So we're gonna call this. Create function. Why can't you not import this? Okay, yeah, I want this. Oh boy. Okay, so now it is that it's imported. Is there an issue? Let's see if there are. I have to admit it's been a long time since I added a decorator last time. So now I shouldn't be able to if I refresh, I shouldn't be able to access this anymore. Did I forget to update something? Oh yeah. Where should we redirect if the probably want to redirect to we need to reverse this because we want to redirect to organization detail with the respective organization because we want to redirect them to the page where they could theoretically change this. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, we have an issue. So apparently the okay, so now this should work. Please. I have no idea why this doesn't work. Let's restart the server and have a try again. Oh wait, it turned it off. So for whatever reason, this decorator seems to always be applied. Or am I understanding this wrong? So let's also remove the import. Name active subscription required is not defined. I thought I removed this. Yeah, now we have a billion of these. Okay, so this page though is just, oh, I added this to the detail view. Oh, okay, I must have missed something here, or I accidentally added it to 2 pages. So this is why it didn't work. I added the detail view and to the add view, and then of course I just redirected to the one I couldn't redirect to. Okay, so this works now, but this shouldn't. Oh, never mind. That's not a problem. This is to add subscription. I want to add this. This shouldn't be allowed. Yeah. So this is just a test, of course, but I can't add an organization because I need an active subscription to access this page. Okay, so this subscription we know has been cancelled, but we are gonna set this to active manually anyway, just to try this out. Where were we? Here. Now if I can, yeah, now I can view this. So the subscription works. I have a plus plan here, as you can see, and if I were to go here and say accepted types is only premium, oh yeah, we forgot to close this bracket. See, it doesn't work anyway because I don't have an active premium subscription. Okay, so for decorators, of course we will update this a bit. You need to have an active subscription. You will, when you use the starter kit, change this message to your own. You need to have an active subscription of one of the following types to access this page. And here we will join okay. Yeah, needs to have a premium pay, otherwise it won't be able to work. So there we go. We need to have an active subscription required. So the other thing we wanted to check was how this works with a incognito tab. Yeah, so it goes directly to sign in because login required is closer to here than ours. If we were to flip this, we should have a server error. You do this. Or not. Would be nice if not, but I'm not 100% sure. Okay, so it doesn't matter. Great. For whatever reason, the order doesn't matter. So fine. But we can remove this one here because it doesn't make sense, right? So we will have we have a decorator now, and when we do actual content of the website, we will use this decorator. So this is finished. Actually, let's have a quick look at the files if they look fine. So we have just added this and that. We pretty much just added the decorator, right? So having a look at the decorator again, does this look fine? Wait, did we get this from somewhere? We got this from here. Thought it was a new feature introduced in Python 3.10. What was? I don't see how this changes. Yeah, whatever. Great. So let's have a look again. We have an active subscription required function, or which will be used as a decorator. It gets a function, perhaps. It will always get a function because this is the function that it wraps, right? So where you place this on, and then you have an optional type, optional list of accepted types. If none is set, then we expect plus and premium to be fine. So if this just works for any of them, great. So then inside this we have, of course, this helper function, but the main entry point will be if the function is not none. Right, we will return the decorator with the view function. Fine, and otherwise just return decorator. Fine. So this is peachy. And then of course our logic is all inside here, where we just check if there isn't an organization, we redirect to a list. And because then they can add an organization. Actually, let's also put a message here. Just put an info. You need to select an organization first. Great. And then here, an error, you need to have an active subscription of one of the following types to access this page. Of course, you would not need to do it like this. You probably would redirect to an organization page, right? To a payments page. Fine. But this is easy enough for you to modify to your wishes. Add decorator. Chat is really slow today. If anyone here wants to give me some feedback, please do so. Otherwise, it really feels lonely for me, or I feel lonely. So decorator has been finished. We Django lifecycle for sub-status changes. So what I wanted to do, what I meant with this is, for example, you can, I probably should, for models, for billing, you have a subscription, and of course the subscription status can change. For example, if the status changes from active to cancelled or something, you might want to send them an email saying your subscription is successfully cancelled or has successfully been cancelled. And the way this is, you could either have a hook for on the save function where you check the old and the new status, or you could use something like a Django lifecycle, which is one of my favorite packages that I have never used. When was the last update? Please be 24. Yes. So Django lifecycle 1, 2, 3. Interesting number. Works with us. And yeah, you have a hook here, which says before an update when the content has changed. Fine. This is something when something changes. But this is what we want. After an update from when the status was active and is now cancelled, you want to send something. And we will just do this as an example, so it's in there in the starter kit, and we can reference this later in a documentation. So Django lifecycle, we want to, of course, put this here. Also, I'm a big fan of including the box page. We need to rebuild the project with Django lifecycle. We go into models. What do we have here? Well, we need to inherit from lifecycle model 2. Not a problem. Let's copy all of these over and we'll remove the ones we don't need later. So the subscription needs to also inherit from lifecycle model, right? Once this has been installed, I can have a look at the package myself and see what it does fully. So we call this hook after update when status was. What does the package do? Yes. So it helps you support the lifecycle of a model, right? So this means that when something happens inside a model, it will automatically do an action, right? So for here, when subscription, which is the code that I'm currently writing, after an update, so after something has been completed, when the status was active and is now cancelled, then so use something we call on cancel, and actually it is it already has sent mail here. It's called send mail, not send email, by the way. So we want to send a mail to subscription with title subscription cancelled. Your subscription has been cancelled, and we send it to self.organization.owner email. We had it here. There we go. So what this would do, ideally, is that whenever we change, we will of course test this. We will perhaps need, so this is of course, we let this inherit from base model and lifecycle model. We of course could modify our base model to inherit from the lifecycle model, but we don't need to have all of this present in all of the models, only where we want to use life cycles. Let's make a migration and add this. Okay, no changes detected, so this is probably only functions and not database fields. So we will be waiting for the interpreter to index this so we can have a look at how this package looks from the inside. So it's updating the interpreter and probably will rebuild the skeletons. So we can already remove this because we don't need the before update. Okay, so the lifecycle model, what does it do? It has only functions, it does not have any database fields, right? So it's couple, okay, so there's also caching going on here. Okay, so it's just a bunch of HEPA functions. So it's fine to, it would probably be fine to do it all. Coca, did I give you a satisfying answer? So from here, it should probably be, this does no longer have squiggly lines. This is red now. It has been red now, sorry. Okay, so great. So this doesn't work. So here for subscription, organization does not exist. So we will probably want organizations first. Yeah, this one. Because subscription will ever only be part of one. Okay, so we obviously also open up our mail pit because we will be sending out an so where are we? You can go, and here we will, this is active now, right? Or was it enabled? No, it's active, and now we will change it to cancel. Recipient list, but okay, so send mail, how does this look? We have a subject, a message from email, and a recipient list. So from, so we sent this from settings default from email. And the recipient's list, of course, needs to be a list. So it should be like this. Let's redo it. Okay, has changed successfully. We see there is a little red one over here. And as such, subscription cancelled. Your subscription has been cancelled. Very good. It was sent to me because I was the owner of the organization. And everything worked as expected. Over here, we will change this to active back and nothing will happen. I mean, it is active now, but there was no mail went out. So this is just an example of a lifecycle demonstration. Maybe add this as a comment. Lifecycle demo. Very good. So this means whenever it's cancelled, it will be fine. Or probably, actually, subscription, we're gonna call this ended. Your subscription has ended. Because technically, cancel means something. Oh boy, why is there an extra? Okay, because when cancel at, right? This is relevant because we have a look at this. When we did this, when we did our checks earlier, right? We realized that cancel at is just the date when it will cancel, right? So I could cancel my subscription, but I will still have access for a couple of weeks. So on canceled, or on, call it ended, subscription is ended, fine. And on cancel, because the thing is, when the status is cancelled, it is over, right? But it's still active until it is over. And so your subscription has been cancelled. It will remain active until yeah, so this doesn't work. Okay, so this one is interesting because it thinks it might not be present, but we will ensure this is present with the hook. What I need to have a look at the thingies here. Let's have a look at the documentation a bit more, because the thing is, we will also need something like when it was none or has changed perhaps too. So give me the conditions. Has changed what? I would just need to see something like null, right? What is what? I don't want an AI assistant here. Okay, so Light QQ, thank you for following. Give me some more examples. I just want to see when it has been set the first time. When, oh, this is old. So this is an old way of writing this, right? Because this is pretty much the same we did here, like was and is now. Okay, you can prevent state transitions, which is good. Any change, well, this is not what we care about. When the field was not. Okay. Can we like have this in a regular? Okay, let's have a look at the hook config. Show me what we have. The thing is, this ideally has like cancel at, was null before, and is now set. So cancel at, we can't do changed because technically the user would want to, we give them the user the option to give the user the option to like change it back, right? To cancel the cancellation, if you will. But my question is, why is this? This is just you can. I mean, this is pretty much the. This is the same now with decorators. I don't know why this looks. Why they have the. Why he has this other style here. See, there's this style like with the significantly more difficult to read. Like when this is pretty much the same as this one when state is active and cancelled, but significantly harder to read. So, this can't be so hard. Let's give this a Google search. Wait, we had this updated before, right? Why is it? Was I looking at something different before? Right, so this had this syntax, right? Why is this other syntax still there too? Or was this legacy? There was something like legacy, right? Maybe I'm legacy condition keyword. Do not just use any conditional parameters. The hook will fire every time the lifecycle moment. Yeah, okay, makes sense. Okay, so we have updated at for update, contents have changed. I think I saw an example with the updated. Oh, here, whenever something changed, we would have the update. Okay, then I will do a very interesting decision here. I will remove this altogether and argue it because user will know when he changed the subscription because it was his option. So he had to do it anyway, and that's fine by us. And then you get a life cycle when subscription is ended. And of course, I'll put it like this, because you perhaps want to send a user a subscription, an email, and with a quick survey why how happy they were and whatever stuff was in there. Good. Now this was a lot of talk for not much happening. We will still verify this once more. Actually, we have to restart the containers. This will then also be marked as finished. So we would be done with today's planned contents. So if there's anything you guys care about or want to see now, give me a shout. You see there is a new email, subscription ended, your subscription has ended. Fine, this works and we are good to go. We will run the pre-commit hooks again and update any code smells that we might have produced. Otherwise I will make a requirements list for next time. Line too long. Of either type, let's make this shorter. We agreed on ignoring this. Fine, okay, still once more. Yeah, I don't agree because I don't want 88, I want 120 as the default line. Length, we will update rough at a later point and we will replace it with black because I really don't like this already. Okay, so everything seems to be in order. Fine, we are done with this now. Nothing chat. Fine, then I will figure something out myself. I will go back to the blog post. This one. Okay, so features 100% included are. Let's see how far we've come already. User accounts and authentication. We're done with email. We don't have social yet. Payments, pretty much fine with payments. We have one-time payments, we have subscriptions, and the invoices are done via the Stripe customer portals. We have login walls. We now have completed payment walls. Email works already, yes. Media storage works already, but we will do cloud provider, full doc support, yes. Testing and code checking, yes. We need to add more unit tests, of course. Async and recurring tasks with Celery, not yet. But if we have a look at the issues here, actually these two are finished. I want to have the upsell jobs for when a user visits a payment page. For example, when a where are we? When a checkout session is older than 1 day, for example, we will send, or when it's older than 1 day and pending, we will send the user an email to remind them when, if they want to, well, to perhaps nudge them into subscribing still. Now error logging is done. This is done, but you will only see it when we're later. Proper tests, we don't have them yet. We will do this once we're in the deployment process. And Yash asked us to wait for this until the end of the project, which is fine. We're doing this constantly. This will be towards the end when we do some styling. We edited this for the, if you remember, for the organizations here when we make this an admin or a member. The server isn't running anymore, so this doesn't do anything. But here we added HTMX. Async tasks for compute intensive jobs. We will do async tasks anyway, also for not compute intensive jobs. But next up we will create this, and this is also part of when the deployment happened. So a quick question: is anyone here in chat that wants to give us a requirement for next time? Because I will be completely honest, I will also look at other starter kits and see what they have and replicate stuff for you. And I show you how I replicate these things, obviously. Yes, and then we will need to figure out to do the documentation for the starter kit, right? So also because I was asked why the repository is not public. The repository is not public yet, because I still don't know how to distribute the starter kit, right? So I want to give it to community members as a reward for being active in the community, right? But people that are not active in the community, how will they get this? So I could either not give it to them, or I could make a few other options. I could also sell it, of course, which is the straightforward and easy way, which is not why I'm in this. I actually want to create the starter kit so you can see how this works, and so that I have a lot of content for a lot of different streams. So if anyone listens to this on YouTube, because there's not that many people here on Twitch at the moment. I mean, it's a Friday on after midday here, or after lunch. So I probably wouldn't watch either at this moment if I weren't streaming myself. If you have any idea how I could distribute this in a manner that benefits both the viewers and myself, please let me know. So I of course want to use the starter kit as a way to grow the community. We already have a nice community, and thanks to everyone that has been super active all the time. Like Coca, like Yash, like Bot Bomber. So many nice, awesome people here. Thing is, the more people we have, the more chat interaction I also get, and the better and more content I can produce. And this is the ultimate goal. So I want to leverage the starter kit to get more content. I don't really want to make a lot of money of this. This is not my goal, but I want to use it to build the community. So if you have an idea how I can achieve this, please let me know. I want to make this as fair as possible, but of course everyone should benefit. So as for next time, so these are today's tasks that I've finished. Next time we will. What will we do? I want to do tests in the stream of the next one, because I want to have a bit more content, so we can actually see a lot of different type of things, celery stuff for upsell compute heavy tasks. What else is in here that we want perhaps? Okay, I will prepare stuff from the great emails that I got, and I will also write once I ended the stream, I'll create a newsletter post, and I hope that a lot of people of you are still will answer this. The question now is, of course, we only have. Let me put it this way: eventually you will have access to this code base and this starter kit, and if you don't want to go with organizations but rather want to go with users, I will also have to create something like this. I will make this optional, right? I want to do a site settings. Or an environment flag for whether organizations are enabled or not, and if you have subscriptions for the user base on a user level instead of an organization level. But the multi-tenancy with organizations was something that was heavily requested, which is why I did this before. But also it's super important once we have more features. Of course now, well, it doesn't matter too much, but we will want to offer the user of the starter kit as much flexibility as possible. Actually, we will create a new issue here with subscriptions on a user level, make subscription level editable in config. So this is something that we will do 100%. And now actually let's remove all of this. Let's Google Django boilerplate or starter kit. I don't know. Let's see what they do. Let's have a look at a couple of these. AppSeed, I don't know what they do. I know of them. I don't know what this is. There is a list. What is the best boilerplate? Okay, let's have a look. What are you doing? Okay, this seems to be super tiny. Never mind. AppSeed, what are you doing? Related products, is this something that has been powered by this APIs? Oh, it is an API server. Oh, it just does dashboard and stuff. Or am I seeing this wrong? Okay, so what does this do? A live demo. Yes, please. Is it this Django material? Oh, okay. I don't think this is the same base level that I think I will be doing. I think SaaS packages is closer to what I want to do, so I'll keep them for later. Oh, this is absolutely the same from before. Okay, so perhaps they are explaining this a bit more to me. I don't know what this does. This is okay. So this is a list of boilerplate. So what does this do? For building an analytics tool. Okay. Admin template, nothing that we care about. Oh, I mean, this is something that I don't understand, right? Wait, what's that? Sorry for not answering. When you integrate Stripe for your customer, or is it your account? So, Coca, let's say you get this starter kit, right? You're completely detached from me. You will operate this product yourself. You will go to this file, add your public key, your secret key, and your webhook URL. Yes. And then everything will be with your Stripe account. I will not lay my hands on your money. If you use the starter kit to create your SaaS product, and of course any money that comes in goes directly to your Stripe account. I don't know I will not know how many customers you have or anything. I will not have any access to you, to the web app. So it will all be you. The only thing we need, something that we also will need to do later is here for billing when we, this price, we'll need to make this price configurable. I mean, when you do a project for your customer, I have not created a project for a customer where they would get files, where they would get money from this was super badly worded, sorry. I have not created a SaaS for a customer where they would get party from end customers. Nastya, thank you for following. Hi. Are you a spam account? There's spam coming soon? Or are you an actual person? Welcome if you're an actual person. You're not spam. Okay, sorry, I'm a bit biased or badly influenced because we had a lot of spam people join recently. Welcome. This is something we need to make configurable later on. Let's put this as a issue. A new issue, so we don't forget about this. And we also have a proper documentation. Mostly these guys with Streamrise viewerbots. I don't know if this was viewerbots or something anymore. Sorry, I immediately banned them, but it was pretty obvious. But a few people had actually scam in their name, which is hard to relate for me. So this one is pretty much, I don't understand these type of kits, right? So this is just front-end elements and stuff, fine. I think it's an okay proposition, but it's not really it's just a UI kit, right? Maybe I'm too stupid for this. So actually, let's remove this little window because we're gonna do this in GitHub. Where's GitHub? Did I close it? I did. So let's go to, I don't need to have this on the right side, really. So, okay, where were we? This one. Not interesting for us. Not interesting. Okay, this is just something, and then they put it into Django, right? So this is not interesting. So this is, I don't think this is even connected, right? Use Stripe? Yeah, we settled on Stripe. We had If you're new to this entire project, I'm not sure, where did you come from, Anastia? Did you just find us on Twitch, or did you come from the community from somewhere else? Because if you're from somewhere else, we have, like, there are super long streams. This one's not that long, 3 hours yet. And what it does, we create what I call the best starter kit, because it's done with the community, with the people actually using it in the end. And these streams, these were the old streams from 23. And I think there should be more streams. 9 days. Okay, we had two last week and 2 this week, perhaps. Guess it makes sense. Actually, let me have a look at YouTube Studio, because I've been briefed a bit on how this works now. So here on content, yeah, okay, this is the 4. Yeah, we had 4 streams. No, this is last stream. Okay, sorry. So this is the 4th stream from the new era, if you will. And we are creating this huge starter kit, which will ideally be the best starter kit out there. And we integrated payments now. And we integrated payments as a way that you can have your organizations. Your stream was recommended. Well, this is awesome. Thank you, Twitch, for recommending my stream. Very great. So we created what we want to do is build a starter kit for as many people to use to create an awesome SaaS product, but different from all the other starter kits out there. You don't like Stripe because it blocks all my payment stuff because of my location? Well, this is very interesting. I have not known this. Where are you from? And does your country have a 2-factor authentication? From Russia? Russia, I think, is pretty hard nowadays. This is a tough ask, but I'm not sure if was it the same a couple of years ago, or is it just because of the war issues? Because there's been, I'm not sure how much you know about this. If you're on free internet, you probably know what happens. And well, Russia has been sanctioned a lot with a lot of payment networks, and yeah, I mean the SWIFT network I think is also offline in Russia, right? So yeah, well it's because of the sanctions, and I'm terribly sorry for you as an individual. I wouldn't know what to do if you are creating this. Let me phrase it this way. Can you, is it also a problem for you to accept payments from non-Russian customers because you are from Russia, or is it just a problem from collecting from other Russians? But what I was saying earlier, we had these huge streams, and during the streams we had a discussion, like an evidence-based decision, why we went with Stripe and not something else. And so yes, we are using Stripe. Let's have a look at this other. This is just a dashboard. Like, this is a dashboard. Fine. It looks beautiful, but doesn't do anything. Something like this, which is extremely awesome. We used it as a starter for our stuff. This is probably the best we've seen so far. And this only has super tiny sections. I have no idea what they're doing. Django X, I have not. Okay, so there's a lot of stars and I have not heard about it. Interesting. What are you doing? Or what are you? Let's have a look at a 30-second video. What is... That's all. No, that's not all, okay. Interesting that this has so many stars and has been forked so often. This doesn't look better than Cookie Cutter. As a matter of fact, it looks significantly less. I really appreciate the work these people have done, but this is just less than what the Cookie Cutter offers you. So, cool project, but not usable for us. Django Hackathon starter. It's for a hackathon. It sounds pretty tiny. Stats are okay. Oh my! Let me get the chat over here. I think. Shit. You go back to your own screen, and you come with me. Okay, I have no idea about Mali. I've never used them. There's stuff going on Discord. The math hate is going on. So I don't understand why. What's so special about this? What are they using? Do we have a requirements file? If they're just using Django all auth, then oh boy. Okay, this really has some like. Did I see beautiful soup or am I blind? Yeah, so this is some kind of scraping things. Django REST framework, course headers, but no auth. Do we see OAuth maybe? Yeah, we see OAuth. Okay, I don't understand why this is implemented the way it is. The features are probably also not interesting. Yeah, okay. A lot of stuff is about authenticating with third parties and talking to different APIs. I mean, talking to the Facebook API is a pain in the bottom. So actually, I'm gonna have a look at if there's a Facebook file. I will have a quick look. Okay, so this oh, it's just pull stuff from Facebook and displays. Okay, not interesting for me. Okay, well, sorry for this. Hopefully someone finds this useless. Django React boilerplate doesn't work with us by definition. SQLite database, nope. Okay, so out of all of this, is SaaS Pegasus part of this? No, I don't think so, right? Yeah, so none of these are interesting. The only one that's really good, really, is quickly cut to Django, and it just got a super tiny section. Very interesting. Top 10 Django SaaS boilerplates. I hope we will get on this list too. So Advantage, I have no idea what this is. Advantage. Interesting. If we even sell it, it will be significantly cheaper. Oh, features. Tell me. I don't really see what I want at the moment. Okay, yeah, this is. I mean, this looks better than ours, but we don't have any. Okay, we would do something better like this by default. Apptention. Django and React. No, we don't care. We don't care about this. Yeah, Product Hunt will be something where we also want to launch, but it will be hard. Thank you for suggesting stuff. Thank you. Okay, I kind of saw this coming, HCN, from you, because you were talking about this in general, like over here. Yeah, we will also have a look at anonymous users if this is so important for you. What is this? Carrot seed. Let's Google this, give them some organic traffic. Okay, carrot seed. Django perhaps. So interesting. Where are we? Here. Where are they from? They're from Austria. So they're from my tiny little country. I saw this because I recognize these companies or incubators. Show me some features. Wagtail. Okay. The question was whether we want to use Wagtail for a blog too. I just threw up inside of myself. wait, deploy to your private dock. Is this like super enterprise grade? Because you probably, okay, and Kubernetes. This is honestly an overkill for like 99% of systems. I will show you how to do this if you want to spend a lot of money for for a tiny gain. But I wouldn't do this on default ever. Is it just me? Or, I mean, they are fellow Austrians, so I don't want to talk smack. This looks okay, but I think like we can do so much better, and we will do so much better. It's just blah blah blah. Subscription payments, REST API customer flows. We already have this. So we're back at Pegasus, right? Really seems like Pegasus will be the main competition. Okay, this is just type. What is the best? What do we see here? Yes, yes, very good, very good. But we saw this. If this is the hackathon with the, yeah, we saw this. Not interesting for us. It's a bit old, so I think we win by default. 12 years ago. Okay, how old is this question? Okay, this question also is 6 years old. Fine. Okay, by Coca, I'm not doing much now anyway. I'm just reviewing others, what to do. Thanks for being a part, as always. Are you actually, can I make you a moderator and a VIP? Have I ever tried this? So let's see if you have 2 icons now or not. Whenever you type next. So this is ours, Django Fast, fine. There must be others. How come I don't find any others? Okay, build your next stuff. This web page, I mean, it looks more appealing than the others, I have to admit. But no, you don't. Are you still a moderator too now? Can you tell me if you're still a mod? Because probably you want the sword rather than the little diamond here. Don't tell me I unmodded you by making you a VIP. So where was this? What can they do? User accounts. Yes, we have this. We just make a... You're not a mod anymore. Okay, then I guess I will... You have to stay a mod, sorry, you can't be a VIP. You're a VIP in my heart. But if you are only a VIP, you will not be able to help me against the forces of evil if there are spam accounts again. Create multi-tenant applications, yes. So the feature is fine. We need to do like the final... everything we have now is fine as is. It needs a lot of styling and special touches. Yes, we have this too. We can do this easily if we want. I will have you guys vote on this if this is something we care about. This is just riding the what's it called, like the hype wave. We can do it. We don't have to. I don't mind. I think this is overkill. We will just settle on one, but we will not be better than them on this. Choice of front end. Yes, we will not have React. Because I want to also create a lot of content. See you, Coco. Bye bye. Thank you for being here. We will not be giving the user a lot of options to choose from in terms of used tech, but we will give a lot of content on how to work with it and how to accomplish this and that, right? So where were we? So this will only be HTML. Where were we then? Async and web support. I'm not sure if I want to bundle this in the release, but I can create a guide on how to add it later. CMS, yeah, this is with Wagtail. Wasn't Wagtail somewhere here? Oh, this wasn't another one. Okay, so we will create something similar like this. We already have this planned with the blog. Background task, we already created this today, if you remember, as an issue today. This is here. What is this? We don't have a built-in API, or planned at least. If this is something you care about, I will have you vote on this. Per seat pricing, we have this already. Admin UI. What's this? Oh, this is here by default. Yeah. We can do impersonation. This is interesting. We can have a look at the authentication layer here a bit more. Yeah, okay, this is, we plan, so just as a matter of fact that I'm not just copying stuff, this is all things we already had planned with this one. No, I just, either of these, where I told you that we will also have a flag. Yeah, subscription level editable, this is the feature flag, what's called feature flag here. Two-factor auth, yeah, this is part of OAuth already, or of all auth already, so great feature, we don't have to implement this ourselves, it's already there. Yes, this is also planned, of course. Yes. Not planning on doing this. Yes, already. Yes, already. Yes, we'll do this later on with a lot of example stuff. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so we pretty much will cover most of what SaaS Packages also does. Typeful is using them too. Oh, this is awesome. So I just want to say, Corey from SaaS Packages, I haven't had a lot of interaction with him, but cool guy from what I've seen, and actually likes to have a bit of competition apparently, and we will do so. Because starting from $249 per site, we will be cheaper. So my plan is to be, yeah, as again, free or super cheap for community members, and I have no idea what the pricing for non-community members. Yeah, he has a huge wall of love with a lot of great, what's it called? A lot of great testimonials here. Yeah, this is something that we will have to build. But I'm sure that what we are building here is a good product and a serious, and can become a serious competitor. I don't know what this leads me to. Yeah, a documentation, also something that we wanted to build because this will host all the ideas that we plan. I really like SaaS packages. We will do something better though. Let's keep it as simple as that. Or it's what I pledge. New subscribers, thank you so much for subscribing. We have 166 subs. Awesome. Have you ever heard about cloud payments? Are you? No, sorry, I have not interfaced with much Russian technology or Russian people, aside from playing Counter-Strike. And I have to tell you, playing Counter-Strike is also way in the past for me. So, sorry. What is open? Let's have a look at open tabs. If there's something we forget to do. View decorators, fine. Oh, this is nothing. Good. I mean, it looks kind of good. Just to figure. If you want, I can have a look. Cloud payments are you? Let's have a look at them. So, oh boy, I hope this can be translated somewhere. Do we have a translation here? Okay, so I think if I go to translate Google, right, I can just put in a website. So all I see here is translated, and I can't tell you much more than the translation. We'll do English. Wait, this is you're telling me this has been translated from English to German? Are you serious? Let's go with English. HCN, welcome. You're joining the stream too. This is your first time chatting, actually. Okay. been glancing over your posts on the site here. I will answer them with more detail when the stream is over. So on request from Nastya, I will have a quick look on at a Russian payments provider. So everything that's here, I can't really judge much. What I can do for you, cloud payments, accept Visa and MasterCard payment, what is good? Yeah, obviously accepting Visa and MasterCard is good. The only thing I can look at is, I can select yeah. So I can have a look at I don't know how these are integrated, right? There is an SDK for iOS and Android. I will not do mobile development on stream, or at least not just yet. Payment widget, perhaps. Okay, so you could perhaps do something like this. This is for one-time payments, I would assume. Recurring payments, there we go. So you can also create a subscription with the API. The question is just how to get, okay, you need a card token. So you need to fetch the card data somewhere. And from what I can grasp, this can work. I would assume this works. But the thing is, what makes Stripe so awesome is also their dashboard and their stuff, right? I, of course, can't have a look at the dashboard here because I don't have an account and I don't plan on making one. But they also seem to integrate with bigger providers like Apple Pay and Google Pay. I'm not sure if Apple Pay supports subscriptions yet. So the question really is what are you planning to do? But this can work, and then if you're like kind of stuck because you're from Russia, maybe this is something you have to fall back to. So am I done? Can I actually have a look at you? I have 6 subscribers, which is awesome. Thank you so much for all of those. Can I actually have a look who those are? Because I only have like 4 or 5 of them in my head. Where are my subscribers? Community, activity, followers list? No, I want to have my subscribers. Where are you? I mean, it should be easy to see, right? But I'm probably not smart enough to do so. I can view a stream summary already, although the stream isn't over. Okay, I have community. No. Does anyone know? Oh, you don't plan to use subscriptions anyway? Okay. Build a hosting business soon. Already have a few conversations with a few data centers about co-location, and a few of them don't have a problem with a Russian company. Okay. How do you plan on making money? Because if it's a hosting business, which is something that's recurring by nature, and probably, oh, you mean you don't have to do subscriptions, but you capture their card? You can. Yeah, I don't think you can capture your card with Apple Pay, or capture their card, so you won't be able to charge them later. At least that's what I think. Yeah, I'm still lost here, having a look at my, finding my subscribers. Thank you to you if you are one. It can only be a matter of years until I found every one of them. How hard can this be? Really, I shouldn't be struggling like this. So either I'm super stupid, or Twitch is just not intuitive at all. have my activity feed. I work this stream together, manage goals, rate a channel. We probably should rate a channel. We haven't done this in a while. Okay, Twitch, see list of active subscribers. On the revenue tab, I don't have a I do have a revenue tab. It says earnings and payouts. I didn't get a payout yet. Oh, there are subscribers, view details. I don't want to download my subscriber list. I want to like have a look. BRB, I will have to, well, I will stay here, but I won't show you the screen. Because I don't know where the CSV opens. Oh, now I understand why I myself am also counted as a subscriber. Got it. So, where was regular? Here. I would use mostly prepaid and selling game servers and VPS. I already host game servers for friends in my home server tunneled through VPS so my IP doesn't get leaked. I built own dashboard for managing the servers. That's why I want to expand it a bit. You know, I think it's likely. Okay, got it. Makes sense. I've seen a lot of game server providers do the prepaid stuff. So I assume it was. I mean, prepaid is easy for like non-adults to also come by. You can buy this at some shops that I don't know how they are called in English. Yeah, it's a good idea. So thank you for being a follower and keep me updated on your journey. I would be really interested in seeing how this plays out. Great. So I initially said I would want to have the stream until I think 1 more hour. Mute. Am I muted? Yes. No, please mute this. Okay. So, but I think I will call it today, or call it for now, because we have a lot of stuff up worked out for next week, and I will also please, if you are not subscribed to the newsletter yet, go to fcdevs.com and join for free, join the community for free, because this is how you will be able to vote on stuff that's happening, right? Give me your sweet email address. You can make a fake email. I don't really care. I'm not making money of either of these things. The only thing I'm making money of is from tiny Twitch ads that I cannot disable, and if anyone subscribes on Twitch. But again, I'm not in this for the money. I'm in this for the educational purpose and for building a great community. So please don't feel obligated to spend anything. But if you want to join this and have if you don't want to give me your email and still want to be updated whenever something new is posted, this has an RSS feed somewhere. And you can also subscribe to the RSS feed. So I won't get your email, but you will get a notification for new stuff. Great. Otherwise, also join Discord. I will indulge with these conversations in a moment. And other than that, thank you everyone for being here. And I will see you sometimes next week. I will announce the date for next week also either today or tomorrow via email. I will have to still check in with my business partners because I want to do 2 streams a week, which only leaves 3 other work days, and I'm not sure if I can keep it up like this. Otherwise, perhaps I would do some shorter streams, like 2 or 3 hours only a day. I could fit those in easier. Last thing from Nastya was I'll probably expand to Germany, Frankfurt, because it's the most popular location for servers. When I look at some prepaid hosts like Nitrado was exactly the one that I was talking before. It's overpriced and I provide game service cheaper. I could send a work in progress picture of the new improved dashboard. Yeah, send it to our Discord or post it in Discord. I will have a look at it. Very interesting. Nitrado was in fact the one I was using for buying a 7 days to die server, funny enough. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, I will have to run ads now, so you don't get them later or next time. So see you guys. I will be live next week. I promise next week. You will be informed with an email when. So go to fcdevs.com, this website here, and subscribe if you want to be informed, or refresh the page every day to see a new post. Okay. Anyway, see ya. Bye bye.